Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for being here and joining me for this reading. So for today's reading, I'm going to be asking what you need to leave behind in 2022 and what you need to bring forward into 2023. All right, so, just thinking about this as we're wrapping up the year and welcoming in the new year, just kind of what is happening, what do we need to bring forward, what do we need to release. I think I'm just repeating myself now. So let me introduce you to the piles. All right, thank you. So for pile number 1, I'll be using the Modern Witch Tarot. And it'll be accompanied by this Peacock ore. I hope you can see all the colors. For pile number 2, I'll be using the Santa Muerte Tarot, and it's accompanied by this Desert Rose. For pile number 3, I'm using the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot, or Rider-Waite Tarot, and it's accompanied by this Kyanite. For pile number 4, I'm using the Luna Soul Tarot. It's accompanied by this Pyrite. And for pile number 5, I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot, which is accompanied by this Smoky Quartz. All right, so as you go ahead and choose your pile, make sure that you are, getting in touch with your intuition. Take a deep breath. If you are choosing based on the stone, absolutely think about, what called you about it. Look it up and see if there's any messages for you there. But yeah, go ahead and choose, and I will see you at your reading. Thank you. Hi and welcome. Pile number 1 are those of you who chose the Peacock or the Modern Witch Tarot. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out 3 cards to ask what you need to leave behind in 2022. And you have the 2 of Cups, the Lovers, and the 8 of Swords. And then 3 more cards to ask what you need to bring into 2023. And we have the 4 of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Moon reversed. Okay, and I'm also pulling out, I'm actually going to move this a little bit so that you can see all the cards. Sorry about that, because I'm pulling out 3 more cards to ask for some advice here. Okay. All right, so in your heart space you have the 2 of Wands. Okay, actually I'm going to do it this way. Heart space, material realm, the 4 of Swords. Yep. And the Hermit. Yeah. That's funny. I was really getting this Hermit 4 of Swords vibes from the 4 of Cups over here. Okay, I'm gonna say this is, I'm not like super doing back of deck energy, but you do have the 5 of Pentacles reversed here, which is actually pretty good, because you might be feeling a little bit down and out, or a little bit your resources might be I don't know, lacking a little bit just kind of stressed out. But that 5 reversed is always a sign of healing. Okay, all right, but let's get into this. So you do have in the need to release pile, I'm going to say that for a lot of you, it can very much be a person, a romantic relationship, it's very much about love. Okay, so if it's not a person, it's about how you are relating to people in romantic relationships. Okay, or like your relationship patterns. This need to assess what hasn't been working. Okay, this need to assess, I'm getting also like failed relationships, things that have not worked out. So this 2 of Cups here, right, shows that I mean, it's coming out reversed, right? So like that's where I'm really getting a lot of these messages. Okay, because you do have like this beautiful union, right? I'm kind of waiting for you kind of a little bit here. But for this year, right, like whatever has not been working out, you need to leave those things behind. Okay, so I am getting this need for you to delve into what hasn't been working, this need for you to take a step back to rest, okay? Because what you're being asked to bring forward is the Four of Cups, okay? And I know that that can be somewhat of a challenging energy, but remember that that is also a leveling up energy, okay? Because fours are like a little mini level up, okay? Is it the ultimate level up? Not quite yet, okay? But there is this need, you know, even though like the Four of Cups can be a card of, you know, like, yes, boredom, frustration, just kind of, you know, over it over here, right? You see that on her shirt. And just kind of dismissing things that are being offered to you. This is what you're supposed to bring forward. So there's this need for you to take a step back to actually, right, like not be so focused on who's offering their cup of love over here and whatever, and really for you to take a step back and assess what it is that you really want. Okay, so focus, bring your emotional needs into your material realm. It's another thing that I'm getting. So this is the material realm over here. But with the cup showing up in that area, I'm getting that you need to start bringing that into the forefront, right? Like start actually materializing it, start actually doing things in your everyday life that are going to, you know, and it says, you know, what it is that you need emotionally, like to make you feel good emotionally, all right? So that you can finally turn around and reach out and get that cup over here, okay? Because we also see that with the Four of Swords over here, right? Like you have those 2-4 energies, which are all about taking a step back, chilling. This is in your material realm, right? So Four of Swords, make sure that you are thinking about what you want, okay? Like I said, once again, right? It could be a little bit of a challenging energy and, you know, not, you know, fully charging forward, you know, how do I say this, like in body in your physical realms, right? Like but you know, I mean, I don't know, I don't get that as a bad thing. And the beauty of the Four of Swords though is that you get to manifest, right? Like you get to start really thinking with that sword energy, the intellectual energy, the energy of, you know, communication and stuff. But I'm getting that is within yourself, okay? Right, because of the Force. So you really start talking to yourself about what it is that you want, what it is that you're looking for. This is also like a manifesting card, right? So the ability to take a step back and start manifesting the future, what you actually want, okay? This does feel, I'm just going to say this feels very like romantically inclined, okay? So whether you're dealing with a person or not, it is very much about, you know, your relationships, okay? With these lovers over here. For some of you, maybe there's actually... yeah, for some of you, there's this need to like leave behind the pursuit of a lover or like a person or maybe even like a relationship, like kind of, I'm not saying right like forever, but at least for now, kind of put that in the back burner, right? Maybe like this need to be in a relationship or this need to be with someone, all right? Because this is in your heart space, which is kind of saying, hey, this is what you want, but this is what you're being asked to leave behind. So it's like as you're taking this time to sit down and manifest and get in touch with your feelings over here, you know, what are you, how do I say this? You know, like, are you wanting to be with someone just to be with someone? Like, just, does that make sense, right? Like, just kind of trying to find a partner for the sake of finding a partner, or because you feel like it's what you should do, or because you think it's what's going to complete you. Like, that sort of energy is what I'm getting here, okay? So, the need to leave those ideas behind, okay? Because it's ultimately causing you a lot of stress, a lot of angst, a lot of, you know, worries and concerns that are ultimately self-created. You know, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, if you're going through some stuff and, you know, I'm not trying to like point the finger or anything like that, right? But the Eight of Swords gives us that energy of sometimes we do it to ourselves, okay? So can you get out of whatever it is that's troubling you? Can you get out of these, you know, feelings of, how do I say this, like these thoughts that are plaguing you, right? This need, you know, to kind of, I'm getting like rely on others, right? Or trying to find fulfillment within others. Yes, you can, right? Because the Eight of Swords can free themselves whenever they want, all right? So remember that, okay? So it's going to be all about assessing yourself, taking some time within yourself, taking some time to shed the light on situations, okay? There's a lot of exploration that your heart is wanting to do, okay? Now it's really interesting because I'm seeing both the you know, like here she has the laptop and then the phone, and you know, I love how she's looking away from the phone, and you know, it looks like she's shutting down the laptop. So you know, for some of you it is about kind of I don't know. Sorry. I just got the message. Some of you just need to close those apps for a bit, all right? And really, like, you look outside, look at what's out there, like, get out of your real world. And for some of you, it's just really about going within, okay? So taking this time, you know, for, like, dating apps and things like that, okay? Sorry if that wasn't clear. But, you know, there's this need for you to really be within yourself, okay? Like, you shed the light on the situation. You figure out, like, go and explore things that are going to make you happy with this King of Wands over here, okay? Because the King of Wands, yes, you know, it's passionate, and I'm getting that, you know, like, you do have a lot of love to offer. You do have a passionate side of you that you are trying to share, okay? And that's great. You know, the King of Wands is loyal and fierce and charges forward and takes care of business. But right now, it's about you, okay? Just because there are so many cards here that are about you, okay? Like, I mean, you know, even though you have, like, the Two of Cups and the Lovers, right? This is the release pile, okay? But, you know, Four of Cups, Four of Swords, even the Eight of Swords, even, you know, the Moon over here, which I haven't gotten into, the Hermit, like, all of these things are about you going within, okay? So you need to be passionate for yourself. You need to find creative endeavors that are going to suit you, you know, to do a passion project, right? Like, learn to, like, love yourself if that's what it is that you need to do, okay? You know, yeah. You know, sorry, yeah, like, so with the moon reversed over here, all right, I am getting, you know, what you need to bring forward really is getting in touch with your feelings, getting in touch with yourself, you know, what it is that you've been hiding from yourself, okay? Because the moon can denote secrecy, all right? You have, like, the lurking figures over here, you know, and really, you know, the associations to our feelings and how we're feeling on the inside, and it's in your mental space, okay? So it's about this need to process, actually, all right? So actually sit down with your thoughts, actually sit down with your feelings, think about, you know, and obviously, you know, feel your feelings, okay? But I'm getting that, you know, something that you need to bring forward is like, okay, why am I feeling, you know, this stressed out? Why have things not been working out? What is it that I really want? You know, why am I, you know, over here in this, you know, dismissive mood? Actually, you should be a little bit for now, okay? Or why am I in the search of this, you know, consistently, you know, if that's you, okay? So, yeah, you know, so get in touch with your feelings, all right? That's what you're bringing into the new year, okay? So to kind of yeah, so to kind of do a little quick recap, yeah, all right, assess your romantic relationships and how they're harming you, okay? Like, that is what you need to release, all right? Bring forward this chill time for yourself, okay? Passions for yourself. Maybe embark on new creative pursuits over here with the Two of Wands as well, okay? Things that are going to spark your heart for yourself, not about somebody else. Explore different venues, okay? The Two of Wands is about exploration, all right? So explore different things that are going to make you feel good. Get in touch with your feelings and assess, all right? Shed a light on the situation, like what's coming from within, what it is that you really want, so that, you know, ultimately you can start manifesting, all right? So yeah, you know, leave behind, I'm getting codependency, okay? So there's this need, you know, maybe that's something that you need to look into, you know, how does that manifest for you? Does that relate to you? It doesn't have to, right? But it could, okay? But it does feel, you know, yeah, because we got that Five of Pentacles, you know, it's going to be a year of healing, the Five of Pentacles reversed earlier. So yeah, you know, at least to start off the year here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. I hope that made sense, pile number one. If there were any messages there for you, you know, feel free to let me know in the form of a like or a comment. I appreciate you being here. And good luck with this healing, all right? And this loving of yourself, okay? Thank you so much, pile number one. Hi, pile number two are those of you who chose the Desert Rose or the Santa Muerte Tarot. Okay, so I am starting out here with what you need to leave behind in 2022. You have the World, you have the Five of Cups reversed, and then you have the Page of Pentacles reversed, okay? And then I'm going to pull out 3 more cards to ask. Sorry, I'm going to move these. I keep doing this. And then I'm going to ask what you need to bring forward, okay? So what do you need to bring into 2023? You have that is the Six of Swords reversed, okay? you have the Fool. Sorry, like when I saw the Six of Swords reversed, like my initial thought was just like, oh, are you resisting a new beginning? And then we got the Fool right there. Okay, so yeah. All right, and then that is the Nine of Cups. Okay, oh, I love that. All right, beautiful. And then I'm pulling out 3 more cards for advice. All right, so I'm gonna start with the heart space over here. You have the Six of Cups reversed. Okay. You have the Four of Pentacles. Goodness, sorry, I don't know why I really struggle with the numbers here. I'm sorry about that. And then you have, sorry about the lighting. And then you have the Four of Cups in your mental spiritual space over there. Okay, all right, so let me see, can you see that? I hope you can see that. Okay, I'm really sorry about my lighting. One day I will do something about it. Okay, I know I need to figure stuff out here. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely some leveling up that you are being called to do. Okay, just, you know, you have the world over here in your material realm. So and sorry, and I just got like the message that it's time. Okay, it's time for you to get going, to get started. Okay, like I don't know, because you know how I was saying, like, are you resisting? What are you resisting over here? But you know, with the hourglass right here, okay, you know, the world is all about you know, leveling. It's leveling up energy. Okay, like what I love seeing the world and the Fool together, because it's, you know, sometimes with the Fool it's like, oh, I'm taking a leap of faith and I'm trying something new, and you know, it can be really scary, and I don't know if I have everything that I need, but I'm just like trusting myself. But with the world, there's the sense of like, hey, you've done a lot of work, you've closed a lot of cycles, right? You know, worked hard for this level up energy, for this new beginning. Okay, now there is some resistance over here with the Six of Swords, and I'm getting like maybe just some need to ponder over here. Okay, some need to like process, some need to think about what it is that you actually want, okay, like the Five of Cups in your heart space here. I actually love that it came out reversed. Okay, because what this is telling me is that you're gonna leave behind the hurt. Okay, like you have been assessing. Oh wow, sorry about that. Okay, like you have been assessing, you have been working hard, you have been maybe working on like emotional healing and things like that, and it's gonna come to fruition. Okay, like you're finally gonna release that. Five can be a very challenging energy. However, when it's reversed, there's just this, you know, healing component to it. Okay, and this is all happening in your emotional realm. Okay, whatever that means, whatever it is that's been making you feel sad, feel not good, feel, you know, I'm getting incomplete. I don't know why, with the Four of Cups maybe over here, and the Nine of Cups, and okay, yeah, okay, I see it. All right, so yes, okay, like there's definitely healing energy here. Okay, and I love that, because you're gonna come out restored, you're gonna come out in this new venture, like this ready to charge forward, this ready to get things going. Okay, your heart is gonna come, like you need to embrace, right? Because what you need to leave behind is this you know, it's like, okay, the message that I'm getting is more like, hey, you did your healing, all right? Like this new year, you're gonna start new beginnings, new ventures. Okay, I love how the Fool here is heading toward the Nine of Cups, which is just beautiful energy to me, right? Like for self-love. Okay, so this, you know, with the Nine of Cups over here, you are being asked to embrace, I'm getting like this new beginning for like love for yourself. All right, because the Nine of Cups is all about like your own fulfillment. Okay, like self-fulfillment. Okay, you know, and with the Six of Cups reverse being your advice in your heart space, I am getting that, you know, some of you need to give up. I'm sorry. Some of you need to kind of give up on this desire for some sort of reconciliation. Okay, and you need to stop looking back. Okay, because both six energies came out reversed, so that to me is showing resistance. Okay, but this is your advice. Your advice is to like stop looking back. Whatever it is that you're trying to fix, it's like, you know what, you just need to let it go. And that's why this Five of Cups is still here, right? Because it's like, you know what, you did what you could for yourself to take care of yourself, but you know, you haven't really been charging forward, you know, with this Page of Pentacles over here, in the Six of Swords. You're keeping yourself from really getting everything that you've deserved and that you worked so hard for. You know, just like, you're keeping yourself from this new beginning, like, really, right? Like, because there's something that you're not releasing. There you go. Like, there's something that you're not releasing. Okay, so this could be, you know, with the Six of Cups, it could be a union, you know, because it's in your heart space. It could be like a person. It could just be, you know, things that haven't been making you feel emotionally fulfilled. So there's this need for you to assess what hasn't been making you feel emotionally fulfilled. Where do you feel like life, you know, okay, so what I'm getting is, you know, because the Six of Cups can also be, you know, the universe trying to offer you a gift sort of energy, you know, like this coming back and things like that, or reconciliation, like gift, presenting an offer. So I'm getting like conversely, right? Like, where do you feel like you've been jilted? Where do you feel like you've been, pardon my language, you know, but like that you've been screwed, or that life hasn't been, you know, like this isn't working, okay? And then take that as a gift to say, okay, that this isn't working and this is not what I want. So how am I going to move on from that, okay? Because the Six of Swords is still asking you to move on. You still have this energy of the Six of Swords showing up, all right? And this is, you know, really interesting because, you know, usually in a Six of Swords energy, you see, yes, they're leaving the rocky water and then they're charging forward, right? Like they're moving on, you know, and you see like greener pastures and a lot of imagery, or you see like, you know, the calmer waters and things like that. But I love how this is a little bit hazy back here, because it's saying, hey, you know what? You don't have to exactly know where you're heading, right? Hence this Fool over here, this leap of faith. You don't need to have all the answers right now, but you do need to charge forward, okay? And so, or like move on, okay? Like, sorry, I'm getting like this song, well, the lyric that I'm getting is like, all the immediate unknowns are better than knowing this tired and lonely fate. And I'm really getting that just because of the haziness over here, right? It's like all the immediate unknowns. And, you know, you do see, right, the calmer waters, right? The waters start to get calmer. And it's just knowing that it's going to be better than this rockiness that's over here, and trusting yourself on that. And really, you know, that's where the leap of faith energy comes in, okay? Like, know that you have learned these lessons. The world is here to remind you that you have learned your lessons, that you have closed cycles. You know, it came out upright, so it's saying like you did the work, okay? And the Five of Cups came out reversed, so it's like you've been doing the work. The one thing that you haven't been doing is allow your mind to charge forward. All right, because the Page of Pentacles is over here reversed, okay? And the Page of Pentacles wants to charge forward. It wants to start materializing things, okay? So start thinking about what you can do in your everyday life to get these things that your heart wants, okay? Assess what it is that your heart wants, all right? And yeah, you know, because the Page of Pentacles, this is your mental space, right? But it's trying to make it tangible. It's trying to make it real, okay? But there's this, you know, a little bit of resistance over here. But the new beginning is beckoning you, all right? It's time. Didn't I say that at the beginning? Okay, so you need to leave behind the non-starter energy and start charging forward, okay? Remember that pages, they like, you know, they don't, yeah, which brings me back to that whole immediate unknown thing, because pages don't have all the answers, all right? Pages is not like they have all the plans and they know, and then like they're the most apt, you know, but they're like, I'm done, I'm ready, or like, not I'm done, right? Like, I'm ready to do this, okay? Or I'm gonna do this even if I'm not ready, right? So, you know, with the Four of Cups over here, back, you know, back to this, you know, maybe you're scared of charging forward because you feel a little bit in this ambivalent energy of you don't really know what you want, okay? But the Four of Cups, you know, I was saying earlier, okay, this need for you to get in touch with what your heart wants, okay? So it's okay to have a resting period to really focus on your heart's needs, okay? Because this Four of Cups figure here is just staring at the heart down on the floor, okay? I'm not getting like, I don't know how to say this. Like, I mean, I'm not getting like super, like, it could be about a person, or it could be about like romantic love and things like that. But I'm really getting that this is like you getting in touch with what you need and what's going to emotionally fulfill you yourself, if that makes sense, okay? you know, especially, you know, because you have the Nine of Cups over here in your mental space. That's what you are being asked to bring forward. And that's all about your own emotional fulfillment, right? Like you taking care of your needs, you actually starting to consider, you know, because the cup showed up in your mental space. So to me, what that's saying is that you need to assess, you know, what's going to make me happy? What's going to make me feel good? How can I start taking care of myself and my emotional needs so that I feel ready to charge forward and that I feel ready to actually embark on the things that are going to make me happy, okay? So yes, know that you've learned your lessons. Know that you did the work for healing, okay? Oh, sorry, I didn't even touch on this. But with the Four of Pentacles reversed, in the material realm, for some of you, it's a time to, I'm getting that it's a time to receive, okay? Usually when I see the Four of Pentacles reversed, it's just receiving energy, all right? So in the sense that, you know, yeah, it's like Four of Pentacles is balanced, okay? And the Four of Pentacles, sometimes this is, it's afraid to move on, but it's another level up, okay? And it's a mini level up, okay? But sometimes it's energy, when it's upright, it's energy of, you know, hey, I've worked so hard to get what I want. You know, but remember that you can have more, okay? So it's okay to, you know, explore and get out there and trust yourself, take care of yourself, okay? Like pay attention to the lessons that you have learned and the healing that you have done, okay? And it's a time to accept, you know, accept support, release, right? This is also energy of charging forward with it being reversed for me. Okay, so like for me, it's energy of charging forward, right? Like being willing to let go of the things that aren't serving you, and also being willing to accept, okay, accept support, accept support from the community, from the universe, ask for what you want, okay? Sorry, the messages just stopped, so I hope that made sense, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. Hi and welcome, pile number 3, or those of you who chose the Kyanite or the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot, aka Rider-Waite. All right, so let's see what you need to leave behind in 2022. You have the Hanged Man, you have the Four of Cups reversed, and you have the Two of Pentacles, okay? And what you need to bring forward, you have the Emperor reversed, oh, you have the Sun reversed, and you have the Ten of Wands, okay? So I'm going to pull out 3 more cards for your advice. You have the Magician in your heart space, the Three of Pentacles in your material realm, and the Two of Wands in your mental spiritual realm. Okay, so yeah, what do you need to leave behind? Okay, so I don't know. I feel the need to start over here with your mental space, because I'm really seeing, right, the imbalance, okay? Like there are things that I'm getting are making you feel stressed, overburdened, all right? There's something that you are not balancing in your material realm that are affecting your mental health, okay? Like, or your mental realm, okay? Because you have Pentacles in your mental spiritual realm, okay? So like mentally you're not feeling completely balanced, but with this being Pentacles energy, I'm getting that it's the source is something in your material realm. So that might be, you know, like a work-life balance. Are you taking care of business? Are you doing, I don't know, like how are your routines? Okay, I mean, it might be about the need to create some routines and things like that. All right. Okay, I am so sorry. For some of you, it might be laziness. All right, like kind of balance. I'm going to say like balance self-care with laziness, okay? And I'm getting this in 2 different ways, okay? I'm so sorry. Because with the Hanged Man, it's not a bad thing, right? It's not bad to be chilling. It's not a bad thing to have some you time, to take some time to, right? Like the Hanged Man is trying to gain new perspectives, shed lights on situations, and, you know, understand the world, right? That's why they put themselves in this, you know, I'm going to take a step back and observe and see what's up, or, you know, like really think about things over here, okay? But you want to make sure that that's not turning into inaction, okay? Like that's kind of what I'm getting here. All right, so yes, it's good if you know, but make sure that you're balancing that with charging forward. And I think that's why the Emperor is over here with this with it being reversed, because the Emperor, right, charges forward, takes care of business, gets things done. Okay, I do want to say that the Hanged Man is Pisces energy and the Emperor is Aries energy. Okay, so there's definitely this sense of, you know, moving forward, all right, which you also see over here with the Magician. Okay, right, because Pisces is the I love this. Pisces is like the end, right, of the zodiac cycle, and then Aries is the beginning. Okay, so like endings and beginnings, all right, so like you're moving from this gaining new perspectives. Is like, hey, you know what, you've gained new perspectives. Hey, you know, you've learned stuff. Okay, like now start doing things. Okay, now that doesn't mean that you're gonna go charging forward and just, you know, all willy-nilly and doing things that you know, just because you feel like you need to get things done. Okay, I think the Emperor came out reversed over here because it's a reminder to remember the lessons that you learned from your Hanged Man era. Okay, remember that it's still okay to take care of yourself, right, or that it's still okay to have some chill time. Okay, but you're still acting. Okay, because the Emperor is still showing up, right? It didn't show up as the Empress, it didn't show up as like a 4 or something. You're still getting things done. You are just doing things slowly. Okay, if that makes sense. All right, there is this need for you to get in touch with your inner child. For some of you, it could be like inner child healing. For some of you, it could really just be about exploring different creative pursuits. Okay, like maybe it's like a work life. Yeah, actually, I'm getting like a work-life balance with doing things that are gonna like passion, or like that are gonna make you feel better, you know, because the wands here and the sun, you know, with the sun reverse, you know, it's not a bad thing. Okay, it's like you could have even bigger, better, brighter days, but the sun energy is still here. Okay, when the sun comes out reverse, it's just this reminder for you to enjoy the little things in life. Okay, so get in touch with the part of you that wants to get out and play, to do things just for fun. Okay, allow your heart to explore. With this Two of Wands over here as your advice, right, this is in your mental space. It was like, allow your mind and your heart to be connected in what they want to explore, to discover new things, to find out what's, you know, like what's happening. Are you still going to be working hard? Yes, you know, like the 10 of Wands is kind of saying, you know, what I'm getting here is how do I say this? Like, I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, right? Like, you know, with 10s, it is also like the closing of cycles. I know the 10 of Wands can be a little bit of a challenging energy, but I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing here. Okay, sorry, I just want to like throw out that disclaimer. Because it's like you're gonna be working hard to find better opportunities. Okay, like that's what I'm getting. All right, you're gonna leave behind this sense of dissatisfaction because the Four of Cups came out reversed. So it's like you're ready. All right, like you're ready to explore that cup. You're ready to see, hey, you know, what's in there. Okay, what is it that's actually making my heart, you know, that's gonna make my heart happy. Okay, maybe that's what you've been balancing. All right, like your material realm and your emotion, or your material realm and your passions over here, or what you've been having a hard time balancing. Okay, I'm really getting emotions over here because of the water imagery back here in the Two of Pentacles as well. It's just, and the Four of Cups is in your heart space. Okay, so what does your heart want? All right, but with it being reversed, I'm getting that you're close, right? Especially because the 10 of Wands is saying you're close to figuring it out. Is it going to be hard work? Yeah, but you know, you're ultimately going to get your Sun, you're going to get your Emperor energy, you're going to be charging forward, you're going to be exploring new worlds, you're going to be transforming your everyday life. Okay, like your heart is going to cause a transformation of your everyday life. All right, so yeah, leave behind this sense of boredom, the sense of dissatisfaction, this rejecting energy, right? Like rejecting what the world is offering you. You're leaving it behind. You're actually taking a moment to peek in. Maybe you don't want that cup, right? Maybe that's not the cup for you, but you're going to be out there, you know, finding new things, exploring new ventures. All right, I am going to say, yeah, I'm really getting like a check your work. Okay, like check how work is affecting your everyday life, especially because of this Three of Pentacles over here and the burdensomeness of the 10 of Wands. Okay, make sure that you're working hard for yourself. Okay, like that's really what I'm getting. All right, You know, because the Three of Pentacles came out reversed, which it can also be associated to work, right? So make sure that work isn't, you know, weighing you down, you know, that it's not just, you know, like you're struggling with these wands just because you're struggling, or that you're struggling for somebody else. All right. Make sure that you are, sorry, what I'm getting here is, accepting support. Okay. Like, because with the Ten of Wands, it is, you know, like, you don't have to do this by yourself. Okay, you can like go and ask and kind of, you know, like, hey, holler and be like, hey, can somebody come out? Sorry, I don't know, I just see like, right, like the Ten of Wands and then the little, you know, the village is behind there, so it's like, hey, you know, can somebody come and help me? You know, whatever it is. Okay. But I'm getting like, especially with work, okay, like make sure that, I don't know, I'm getting like you being in a more receiving energy right now. Okay, like that's kind of what I'm getting. All right. And also check your work habits. Okay, and make sure that they're not getting in the way of your own, you know, I think that's why the Sun came out reversed initially, right? Like your own happiness, your own fulfillment. Okay. Ultimately, like, you're being asked to transform things. I love this, right? Like from the Hangman to the Emperor, like the Sun's here, more endings over here. The two-twos, sorry, so like balance is coming, and it's gonna start coming from your heart space. Okay, because this is like the Magician in your heart space, so there's gonna be a transformation, an emotional transformation. That's your advice though, right? So it's like to transform this emotional dissatisfaction into something that is going to bring you this sun, right? That's gonna make it rise. All right, so it might be about recognizing what you do have. Okay, recognizing the resources that you have. Make sure that you are using them adequately, right? So, you know, for example, like with work, you know, it's like, okay, what are your resources? Okay, where can people support you so that it's not overburdening you, right? Or if you're trying a new creative endeavor, okay, what are the resources out there that I can charge forward and, you know, kind of help me as I'm trying this new thing, okay? Or if it's your emotional transformation, right? Okay, like, you know, what has been causing this dissatisfaction, and how can I move forward from that, right? Like learning as well about, you know, these new things. Okay, so the Magician, like, it's gonna start with you, like your heart space, right? Like once your heart space is ready to accept this cup, once your heart space, you know, make some time to play is really what I'm getting, right? It's gonna transform your whole world. Okay, like you're gonna be charging forward, you're gonna be exploring new things. You know, this hard work, it's gonna turn into a new beginning. Okay, so take everything that you've learned, take everything that you learned about yourself to start this transformation. Okay, because that's really, you know, you're leaving behind the chill. Like, great, you chilled, you gained new perspectives, you learned about what you want, but now it's time to move on. Okay, like move forward, charge forward, because new beginnings are coming. Okay, and this transformation is waiting for you through exploration. Okay, and so yeah, remember, slow and steady. Okay, you don't have to like fully charge on, like slow and steady. All right, but yeah, good luck. All right, thank you so much, pile number 3. All right, thank you. Hi, pile number 4, or those of you who chose the Pyrite or the Luna Soul Tarot. I'm going to pull 3 cards to ask what you need to leave behind in 2022. We have the Hermit reversed, we have the Hanged One reversed, and we have the 9 of Wands. Okay, reversed as well. And then I'm going to pull out 3 more cards to ask what you need to bring forth. And, okay, that felt a little stuck. Let me try again. What you need to bring forward into 2023. And then we'll pull out your advice. All right, we have Death. We have the 10 of Wands. Interesting. And we have the 5 of Wands reversed. Okay. And your advice is the 9 of Cups in your heart space. Sorry, like I knew I was going to start with heart space, but then I almost put it in the, well, we'll see what the messages are. Sorry. The Queen of Cups in your material realm, and then the Star in your mental space. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, sorry, I'm sorry about my cackle. It's just like I was like, I kind of felt like wanting to put this here, but I knew I was going to start with heart space. But nonetheless, right, it's similar energy to me right now, at least, okay, because it's really about you taking care of yourself, taking care of your emotional needs, making sure that you are taking care of yourself so you can take care of others, okay? That's like your advice, okay? But let's get started over here with what you need to release, okay? So that's what these cards are down here. Your isolation, I'm gonna say, like, if I just had one word from this, for this, it would be, you need to leave behind this energy of isolating yourself, of putting up boundaries, of keeping people out, okay? You need to make sure that you are asking for support, that you are not, like, yes, boundaries can be good, stand your ground, but make sure that you're not just pushing people away, okay? Like, that's really the gist of it here, all right? So let's get into details though, okay? So yeah, you know, with the Hermit over here, in your this is physical, like your physical realm, okay? There's this, right, like, need to get out of isolation, all right? Like, we see that, okay? The Hermit goes into themselves, they get in touch with their feelings, you know. I mean, I really love this Hermit because the light is emanating from their heart space, which is, you know, like, you've been in touch with your feelings, okay? I love that, right? Because it's like, you know how to take care of yourself, you know how to do what you need to do, okay? I think it's time to share that love over here with this, especially with the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Cups reversed back here, okay? So yeah, it's like you've been within yourself, but now it's time to come out, all right? Think about everything that you've learned about taking care of yourself, taking care of others. What are the lessons that you've learned around your healing? What are the lessons that you've learned around, you know, being strong? What are the lessons that you've learned about love, all right? I'm just really getting this with the light and the heart space, okay? And remember, love, I don't necessarily mean romantic love. This could be, you know, like how you show love to your family, to your friends, how you show love to your community, right? How you show love to strangers even, right? Like, so, you know, just your lessons around love, okay, in that sense, okay? But it's like, okay, you've been within yourself. You've gained new perspectives over here, right? Like, you have the Hanged Man. And you've been doing this in your physical realm, right? Like, you've been physically, like, isolating over here. But yeah, you know, back to this whole, you know, the lessons that you've learned, right? This is the Hanged One in your heart space. So yes, you have been gaining new perspectives. You have been in touch with yourself. You have been assessing, you know, like, I'm getting like your needs, your emotional needs, receptive to the emotional needs of others, all right? But you just haven't really been showing that, okay? Because the Hanged One is also an energy of isolation, right? Like, choosing to kind of be in this position, trying to gain new perspectives, and you have, but now it's time to release that, right? Like, now it's time to wake up and rise up, okay? Like, you see, I love how the Hanged One reversed is just an image of, like, rising, okay? So yeah, it's time to wake up, it's time to get out there, it's time to leave that behind and share everything that you've learned, share all that knowledge, all right? Like, these two cards are just playing around, like, so perfectly. And so what's been happening? What do you need to, like, you know, what's been blocking you from sharing this? Well, boundaries, I'm going to say, okay? Like, you've been setting a lot of boundaries with others, you know, maybe it's from experience, okay? Like, and that's the thing, I'm getting that, you know, some of these, you know, because this is the Wounded Warrior. And so, you know, a lot of these experiences that have caused you to get in touch with, you know, your emotional needs, or that have caused you to gain new perspectives, might be coming from wounds. And you know what? Like, you know, it's a thing, right? You know, like, I do think, you know, how do I say this? Like, it's always the wounded people that are gonna have, like, the more love to give. I mean, you know, like, you know, healed wounded people, you know. But it seems like you've been working on this perspective, like transforming, there you go, transforming your wounds into healing, right? That's why that Death card is right here, because you're being asked to bring forward this transformation, all right? Like, everything that you've been learning about your own wounds and what you've been healing, to transform that into your material realm and start sharing it with others, okay? Like, that's what I'm getting here. This need for you to lower your boundaries, okay? And I love that the 501s came out here, because I'm not gonna go on a rant about how you just need to lower all your boundaries, okay? Like, no, that is not it, okay? It's like you've learned how to set boundaries, you know how to defend yourself, but right now these boundary blockages are keeping you from moving forward, right? And reaching out to others, from sharing with others, from even asking from support, okay? But you know, the 501s here is saying, you know, what you're bringing forward is this knowledge of when to put a boundaries, okay? Because the 501s knows when it's time to fight and when it's time to back away, okay? So, you know, with it being reversed over here, is just kind of saying, okay, you're not going to be getting into petty fights. You're not going to be fighting just to fighting, quarreling one to quarrel. Like, choose your battles. There you go. That's kind of what I'm getting, all right? Practice standing your ground, all right? So standing your ground, there you go, okay? Like, know when it's worth it to get into something and when it's worth it to walk away, okay? Like, know when you need to set up boundaries, and know when it's okay to let your wand down and kind of say, okay, you know what, like, let's talk this out, let's figure this out, okay? Or, hey, can you help me out, okay? Conversely, all right? And so, you know, that's that energy right here. Like I said, you know, the death, you're being asked to bring this transformative energy, transforming all of your wounds and everything that you've learned, transforming you, like, you're gonna have, right, like a transformation that's going to be materialized, okay? So there's something happening in your material realm that as you share this love, as you share this knowledge, all right, like the universe is going to, like, I don't know, whatever it is that you've been wanting for yourself, you know, make a wish, okay? Now's the time. Now's the time to really start manifesting it, to start doing it, all right? Like, there's this, with the star being in the mental spiritual realm, like, I'm just really getting this, you know, like, spirit's got your back, right? Like, it's gonna be spiritual growth, it's gonna be like full on, you know, what is it that you want to do? And I'm getting that it's healing, you know, like, because this is I love all the water bear, because this is a water, you know, this is Aquarius, which is technically air energy with the star over here, but it is the water bearer, right? So it's about, like, to me, I'm really getting, you need to start communicating that love, okay? I think that the 9 of Cups is here. Sorry, I haven't okay, I'll get back to that. I think the 9 of Cups is reversed here, because there's this need for you to, yes, you know how to take care of yourself. Yes, you've been working on your self-sustaining, like, fulfillment, like nourishing yourself, loving yourself, emotional fulfillment that comes from you and for you, all right? It's like you've mastered this, and now it's time to share, okay? Because the Queen of Cups, you know, yes, knows how to take care of herself, absolutely, right? Take care of your needs, right? Be emotionally sustainable. Like, you're transforming all of these wounds, and that's gonna need a lot of care. But the Queen of Cups also takes care of others, okay? Like, she charges forward and, you know, shares that love, puts that love out there, and that's what I love about the star over here, right? That it's, you know, bearing water, right? Water being this Cups energy as well, like bearing, like, emotions, bearing healing energy, all right? And with the air energy of Aquarius is like communicating, all right? So communicating that love, communicating that healing that you've worked so hard to attain, that's that transformation within you. Is about, like, sharing it with others, okay? Like, that's what I'm getting here, all right? So you're being asked to get out of your isolation and start sharing what you've learned, all right? You know, with this 10 of Wands, it's interesting. Like, you would think, I don't think it's, how do I say this? The big message that I'm getting is that you're going to be a healing energy, okay? So all of that struggle, like, you know, don't forget, how do I say this? Like, don't forget about the struggle that you went through, all right? Don't forget about the hard times and things like that. And because, how do I say this? It's like you've grown from it, you've learned from it, you've transformed it. But as you're communicating with others, I'm getting this whole, like, reach out and, you know, be patient, okay? Like, be willing to listen, all right? Like, use that, those wounded energies and the things that, the lessons that, you know, it might have been really bad lessons that, you know, life taught, your hard lessons that life taught you, right? But, like, using that to help you, like, connect to others as well. Because the 10 of Wands, when I see the 10 of Wands, it's, to me, like, I get an energy of reaching out, okay? Like, knowing that you do not have to take on this struggle by yourself. And that goes back to this getting out there energy, all right? So stop being within yourself. You don't have to deal with this emotional burden by yourself. What you're bringing forth is this willingness to reach out, this willingness to be vulnerable, and this willingness to end this cycle of healing with the 10 in order to have a new beginning, right? Of wish fulfillment, of love, of, you know, transformative energy that's just gonna make you feel, right, like you can accomplish what you want, like your wishes are going to be granted here, okay? I mean, I hope that makes sense, pile number 4. Thank you so much for being here. And if any messages resonated, you know, please feel free to leave me a like or a comment. I appreciate all your support. And, you know, good luck getting those wishes granted. Okay. Hi, pile number 5, and welcome to your reading, or also Smoky Quartz pile or Wild Unknown Tarot pile. I'm going to start with 3 cards to get into what you need to leave behind in 2022. We have the 5 of Swords, we have Strength reversed, and we have the 10 of Wands, okay? And then I'm going to pull 3 cards to see what you need to bring forth into 2023. You have the Emperor reversed over here. You have Death. And then you have the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. Oh. All right. Sorry, I got stuck on because the Emperor reverse did come out in another pile. And I know, but I mean, like, it came out in this exact same position, okay? Like, so with the Emperor reversed being in the exact same position in another reading, you might have messages somewhere else. So if another pile called to you, you know, just check it out. Just because it's, like, in the exact same position, okay? All right, I'm gonna start with, yeah, okay, you definitely have messages somewhere else. I don't know. Just because, okay, and the reason I'm saying this is because of the similar positions. If it wasn't the same position, I'd be, you know, like, I'm not like, oh, this card popped up. Sorry, I feel like a little defensive. Are you okay? Oh, sorry. Because the 6 of Cups also came out in the heart space of another pile. So just, you know, if there was another pile that called to you, right? Like, it's just, when they come out in the same position, I'm like, yeah. Okay. And the 6 of Wands reversed, okay, and that's your advice. Okay, so let's get into this. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so what do you need to leave behind? I'm going to start with these cards right here. So, you know, with the 5 of Swords, that is a challenging energy, all right? So there's this need, you know, for you to leave behind, I'm getting like petty quarrels. For some of you, it could be quarrels with family members, quarrels with friends, okay? Like, whatever it is that's making you feel divided, like, that's what I'm getting, right? Like, maybe like a division between family and friends, or a division between, you know, people that are making you feel split, okay? Like, you have to decide between 2 people, or like fights that are tearing you in half, fights that are making you feel incomplete, right? Things that, you know, that are making you feel burdened, okay, with the 10 of Wands over here. And with the Strength reversed, I'm getting like they're making you feel defeated, okay? So think about what that is, okay? What is it that's making you feel incomplete? What is it that's making you feel like you're being torn into 2, okay? And that's what you need to let go of, all right? Whatever it is that's getting in the way of you feeling in this strength energy, like you feeling like you can charge forward, all right? Then that's what that is, okay? You know, there's this need for you to stand up for yourself, okay? So with this, you know, Strength reversed over here, there's that, you know, like defeated energy, right? Like feeling, you know, feeling weak. I don't want to use the word weak, but yeah, like feeling weak, right? Weaker than you are, okay? Like, you are still this strong energy, but whatever challenges are over here, whatever's really burdening you and plaguing your mind, okay, it's not allowing you to see how strong you actually are. So you need to release that. You need to release these false beliefs of around your strength. Sorry, how do I say this? Because that sounded weird. Like recognize how strong you actually are, okay? There's this need for you to recognize that, okay? Release these false beliefs around, like, no, I'm weak, or oh, I could never do that, oh, or I can't handle that, right? And so there's this need for you to let go of that, okay? Some of that might come from asking for help, right? Like reaching out, okay? Like start doing you know, like I'm also like getting like reflection, right? Like what is the light at the end of the tunnel? Okay, like under all this darkness, you know, like if you go, you know, the only way out is through, is the message that I'm getting, right? Like you need to get out of these, you know, 10 wands in order to find the light deep down there. Okay, so, you know, what is the light for you? Okay, it might be reaching out for support. Okay, I'm getting, you know, with this 10 of cups, I'm getting this like finding a community, finding people to talk to, bring forward your sense of unity. All right, so, and the 10, yeah, it's 2 10s over here. Okay, so in your yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry, in your mental spiritual realm, you have 2 10s. Okay, so there's something going to be transforming within you. There's a new beginning beckoning over here, and I love this because you're going from the 10 of wands to the 10 of cups. Okay, so you're being asked to leave behind this this, how do I say this, like this sense of being overburdened. Like, not that you are not, right? But it's kind of like, okay, how can I release that? Who can I ask for support? What's the community that's actually going to come through for me? Because there's all this light, right? Like the spectrum of experience over here waiting for you. And you're being asked to see that, to focus on that light, okay? So ask for support when you need it, okay? Because there's this new transformation waiting to happen for you, okay? You know, with the death, yeah, like the death here in your emotional realm, like I'm getting, it's like this death to you feeling weaker than you are. Okay, like, so it's a transformation energy of you recognizing how strong you actually are, how strong your heart actually is. Okay, so it's like your heart is gonna be like, you're being asked to bring that courage forward. There you go. Okay, and you also see that, you know, your heart space, your advice for the heart space over here is the 6 of cups. Okay, so what I'm getting here is, you know, for those of you that have been, you know, facing challenges with people like family members and things like that, that are making you feel split in two, it's almost like saying, you know what, like you can only do so much. Okay, so stop focusing on trying to serve their needs. Stop focusing on, you know, trying to make amends with this. Okay, for some of you this might be related to your roots. Okay, or this might be this need for, actually, yeah, like delve into your roots and see, okay, why am I so focused on this? Like what how do I say this, but I'm getting like putting it out there and letting it go. Okay, like, you know, there's only so much that you can fix here, especially if it's just causing you to feel in this very heavy energy down here of, you know, just not feeling great. Okay, so yeah, like yeah, and then you have the 2 6s, 6 of wands and 6 of cups. That's sorry, I feel like I said that in another reading. Interesting, in a different, but sorry, because the 2 6s came out reversed. Okay, so there's this resistance, and I get it, right? Because like it's easier said than done to say, you know, cut off what doesn't serve you, especially when it's people, right? So you might be thinking about, you know, how can I actually cut off my family, or like how can I cut off my best friend for 20 years or whatever, right? But you know, obviously you're gonna do what you need to do, but remember that there's only so much that you can do to actually, you know, like to reconcile things, right? Like if people don't want to change, you know, then that's not, like, that's just not gonna happen. Okay, also I'm gonna say, like, make sure that you're like communicating your needs. Like, you know, are you actually just, sorry, something that I'm getting here is, are you actually just sitting in the struggle without actually doing anything about it, if that makes sense? So for some of you, this transformation is about gaining your strength just to speak up. Okay, like speak up for yourself, speak up for your needs. This need to charge forward. But what I'm getting is, don't be hasty. Don't be hasty on your decisions, actually. Sorry, like, and I know it sounds like a little bit like I'm backpedaling here, but the message just kind of came through, because, you know, the Emperor is reversed here, which is telling me, okay, don't be so quick to charge forward and, you know, for example, like cut ties and whatever. It's like, are you actually, and then, you know, the reminder over here of, are you actually standing up for yourself? Are you actually reaching out for support? Okay, are you actually trying to talk things out? Because if you're not, that's going to be your first step. Okay, and I think that's why the Emperor is reversed here. That's why the 6 of wands and the 2 of swords are reversed here. Because yes, you are going to be, your advice you know, is the Two of Swords reversed. So yes, you might be in this decision making energy. For some of you, you might already have been thinking about cutting off ties, or have, you know, who do you need to release and letting things go or whatever. But with it being reversed, I'm almost getting like a, okay, hold on. Before you make the harsh decision, have you tried your best to resolve this? Okay. So to be in a more resolution oriented energy this year, okay, or like as you're welcoming in the new year, okay, make sure that you're reaching out and talking about things, and then you know what is the root of the matter. There you go. That was the message about roots that I couldn't get earlier. But what's the root of the matter? Have you exposed it? Have you exposed the root of the issue? And if you haven't exposed the root of the issue, then that's what you need to do first before you decide, you know, to come, you know, like to cut someone off or like to fully move forward, okay? So before you make that decision, make sure that you are addressing that, all right? Mentally, spiritually, like same. With the Six of Wands reversed, when I see this, I always get this need for you to delve deeper, right, in order to rise up, okay? So, you know, first comes the darkness, like here when it's reversed over here, okay? It's not just like, oh, the darkness is in the past, okay? Sorry, I see this like as past and future. So the darkness isn't in the past quite yet, okay? Can you achieve this victorious feeling? Can you end up feeling good and rising, right? Like more death, you know, this reminds me of death too, because it's like a transformative energy. And then with the butterfly, okay? Some of you might be dealing with Scorpios, I don't know. All right, but not important. But yes, okay, the darkness is going to come first. Like there's this need for you before you can, you know, go through, right? Once again, like before you can get through all these muddy woods and dark woods and things like that and truly rise up victorious, there's going to be this need to assess this, all right? So, if I had to sum it up, I would say, what do you need to leave behind? You need to leave behind not standing up for yourself, okay? And these challenges and things like that, make sure that you are voicing your concerns, okay? Slow and steady with the Emperor being reversed here, okay? Be willing to be vulnerable, okay? I'm gonna say that with Strength reversed, I always get that message. I'm sorry I didn't bring it up before, okay? But be willing to be vulnerable, and then if people, and be willing to be, you know, talking things out, assessing all sides of the situation, okay? This is like the only, like the big colorful spectrum over here is like the roots, right? Addressing the roots is what's going to lead to this beautiful 10 of Cups energy, okay? So if you can assess that, right, then you know where to go from there. And then if you can't, then you also know where to go from there, okay? And find your own 10 of Cups away from these challenges over here, all right? I hope that made sense. Pile number 5. Thank you so much for being here, okay? And good luck, okay? And remember to stand your ground over here, okay? You are stronger than you think you are, all right? Thank you.